Junkies impatient, fuck the kitchen, bitch, I'm back in the basement. Want a feature, I'm in need.
So there's that thing, there's a Facebook group going on where everyone wants to, so I think it's September, sometime in September, everyone is going to rush Area 51 at the same time. And I think the group is just titled, like, let's all rush Area 51, they can't get all of us.
So how many people?
God, I really hope it happens, too.
Well, first of all,
I don't think that many people would actually
How many people would actually show up to that?
That's what I'm saying. I think you're only going to show up to that if you actually are a crazy person. And I think most people are just lazy in general. I don't think even the crazy ones are lazy. They're going to be like, fuck that. I got to go to New Mexico?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah? Yeah, Roswell, New Mexico. Or is that just where the alien shit happened?
Is
it in Nevada?
Area 51 is in Nevada. It's a detachment of Edwards Air Force Base.
And no one knows what goes on.
Yeah.
Do you think that there are alien things in there? Or do you think it's just something more like top secret military shit they're trying to hide?
Well, I think it's probably just experimental aircraft. I mean, but Bob Lazar, the guy
we gotta
who's
watch
got
that, and so we can talk about that.
The documentary on Netflix. He said that in one of the briefings they gave him, now they gave him a lot of misinformation to try to throw him off, or if he said something to try to pinpoint any leaks.
Of course.
But he said that they told him in a briefing that it may have come from an archaeological dig, that the craft he was reverse engineering.
Like they dug it up. It didn't. So maybe who knows when it came here?
Who knows when it came here, and who knows if it came here at all, or if it was just always here. Who knows if there was a previous civilization?
Yeah, shit, man.
On Earth.
That is something to think about too. I honestly thought about that before. As like, what if we aren't the first race of humans that have lived on Earth, and we've had a past civilization that was like as advanced as us,
more,
but at least as advanced as us. Advanced enough to fuck up the planet like we are right now. And then maybe that happened, over whatever billions and billions of years before the planet recovered enough where we popped up again. It's just weird. That's the kind of shit I think about when I'm trying to fall asleep. It sucks.
Well, stuff that
just start thinking stupid shit like that, and then I'm just awake.
The Earth has had a bunch of ice ages, just stuff that got buried underneath glaciers in previous ice ages.
Mm-hmm. That is definitely something crazy to think about. That there may have been past civilizations that probably far exceeded what we're doing right now, but just that they did the same shit we did and went too far and fucked up the Earth. And
okay, so let's
imagine all, like, boiled alive or something. Global warming.
Let's imagine that 200 people show up to this event at Area 51.
Okay, we're back to Area 51.
We're back. Well, we never left Area 51.
Yeah, we just started talking about.
Let's say that 200 people show up to the event at Area 51, and that's more than.
And then 200 people are going to get killed by the government. No, they would just shoo them off. Really, even if even if thousands of people showed up, they would have such a big like military front there at the gates or something. Like, you guys just aren't. No, we're not going to kill you, but you're also not going to get past us. We'll just arrest all of you.
Well, I imagine Rachel, Nevada is a small town. There's only so many roads in and out of Rachel, Nevada. If the government sees too many people coming into this area in a short time, they'll just shut down the roads.
Yeah, there's so much they could do. There's no way that there's going to be enough people show up that they're going to be able to outnumber the military.
I don't think more than the normal number of tourists who show up there will be there on that weekend or whatever it is.
They made it pretty clear they're willing to do whatever to keep whatever secret safe they have there. Because I've seen videos too of people on. I think I saw one before. It's like guys on ATVs or something, or motorcycles. They said they had done it before and got shooed off. Where they're riding around the desert and you start seeing the signs, trespassing government property, all that shit, and they're sitting there riding around, and then just this government vehicle just pulls up. Dudes get out with guns straight up, like point the guns at him, like, get on the fucking ground. And the guy's like, whoa, like playing dumb, like, what? We didn't even see the signs, whatever. And they just kind of kick him out, but just them showing up ready, guns drawn. It's like, God damn, what is in there? Are we ever going to find out?
Well, then even if...
Can Trump do one good thing and just spill the Area 51 secrets?
Okay, so here's another relevant story is that Gerald Ford was a big UFO guy. And when he...
Also the president, right?
And when he was sworn...
When was he president?
After Nixon. Because he was the Senate Majority Leader when Nixon resigned, and it would have been his Vice President, Spiro Agnew, but Spiro Agnew resigned before Nixon.
Agnew's headless body.
Headless body. So that's when he was the Speaker of the House. So when the President and the Vice President both are indispensable or indisposed,
then that's who steps up.
Then the Speaker of the House is the third in line for the presidency. So he was a big UFO guy, and at the time, George H.W. Bush was the director of the CIA. And so he goes to George H.W. Bush, and he says, I want every document you have related to UFOs on my desk tomorrow morning. And he said the most badass thing ever. He said, Mr. President, that information's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know.
Wow. He was probably so bummed. He was like, this is the
Yeah.
whole reason I was
Yeah.
president. I don't want this job. I just wanted to be able to ask for the documents, and then no one could say no. But they
Yep.
can still say no?
Yeah.
This nerd, HW, can still say no? Well,
Yep.
President. His little squeaky voice.
He said, not gonna do it.
Man, that would suck. To get that far, you're the president, and they still don't tell you.
Yeah.
But then that also makes me think, God, dude,
But
what? Then there's got to be something.
But this stuff is stored hundreds of feet underground as well.
Man.
They've got a secret maze of tunnels that goes to these underground hangars, and that's where
I'm sure that HW probably didn't even know everything. There's
Yeah.
got to be some super secret ranking guy
Well,
we
but
don't know about that knows everything.
I feel like he was a guy who would have been smart enough not to want to know everything, because then that gives him deniability.
Mm-hmm. Like, I do not know.
I was never informed of this.
Never seen it, never
Yep.
heard of it.
And
I don't do my job.
he can testify and honestly say that plausible deniability.
Man, I bet there's aliens. There's probably aliens up in there living like a real world situation.
Like a zoo?
Nah, like real world.
With an open bar?
Yeah, they got an open bar. They got a house they can't live. They do like a bunch
Elimination
of little,
challenges?
challenges and stuff. Well, this alien's not so good. Let's get him out of here.
We out this thing. Check it.
Good gas, got the junkies impatient. Fuck the kitchen, bitch, I'm back in the basement. Wanna feature, I'm in.